So I always want to share my designs with the community, and I know not everyone has the tools to do that, but once I started hearing how much it was costing you guys to send these things out to get printed, something had to change. So I shared my designs for the switch panel mount and the dash mount, some others, always for free. And I realized not everybody has the tools to do that. So the only alternative is to outsource it, sending it off to somebody to get printed. My goal is to always make these projects accessible to everyone, and that's not going to change. I'll always offer these designs for free. But I realize not everybody has the tools, and the only way to get it is outsourcing the parts. And even though 3D printers are getting cheaper, I know not everyone has access to one, and sending parts out to get printed, it can get really expensive, as I come to find out. I started hearing from all you guys just how expensive it was just to send it out. Just the dash mount, some people were charging a little over 70 bucks just for the raw print without anything else. I had others that took my designs and tried to sell them on their own sites just as their own, profiting off my designs. And that's not what I wanted for any of this. So I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do. I struggled with how I wanted to handle others profiting off my designs that I only intended to give out for free. I get it, if somebody doesn't have access, they have to go somewhere. So in addition to the free designs that I have on my website, starting January 1st, I am going to offer the physical items. So all the prints will be a raw finish, so you might see some layer lines, and they'll all be out of a high temperature filament. So these are all printed out of ASA, which can take the heat for sitting in a hot car. I will include all the hardware necessary for that item. So for the dash mount, I will have the aluminum rail, all the stainless hardware, as well as the VHB tape for the bottom. But just read the description of the item and it'll say what's included and what's not included. So I just want to jump in here real quick and talk about the raw finish and what it looked like, and then something I'm actually trying for upcoming. It's not done yet. It works on some filaments, but then when I try to do it with the high temp filament, it gets some weird line work in it. So the smooth finish here comes out good. There's little lines in it that if you sand this down, paint it goes away. I don't really mind the lines. I would almost leave it raw like this. Something I am working on with my printer is something called fuzzy skin. It's basically a textured look. Kind of looks like a bed liner material. I think the finished product looks a lot better. This is PETG, which isn't UV resistant. It does do okay in heat, but it's not as great in high temperature as the ASA that I'm trying to get done. You can see between these two, there's some lines I'm trying to clean up here on the ASA. But once I get that figured out, I will have that as well as a variant to the physical goods. So I'll just have it like a raw smooth, and then I'll have the textured. That will be coming out soon. I just want to make sure I dial it in because it will be a finished product. It's not where you can sand it, or else I'll just take the texture away. Once I get that up, I'll let everybody know. But for now, I'll just start with the raw texture. So I need to do a test print on the switch panel. The PETG does look good, but I do need to do a test run with ASA just to make sure I don't get that same layer shift on there. PETG prints out really good on my Bamboo printer, so it looks great. I just need to get the ASA dialed in. All right, back to the original announcement. So my designs will still be free on the website if you want to download the STL and print these yourself, as well as the list of the parts that's needed for it. For those prints, even though they're free, I do have a name your price option. So if you're wanting to help out the channel, help me create more designs like these, the option is there if you want to donate and contribute to the website. I hope this solves some of the problems, keeps the cost down for everybody, as well as still encourages that DIY mindset, as well as hopefully helps people from taking my designs. I'm also open to doing other designs, so if you guys have something you want to suggest, just comment here, or any of my videos, really. I do read them all. If something gets enough interest, I'll start looking into it, see if that's something I could design for you guys. Thanks for sticking around. Happy New Year. I'm looking forward to 2025. Also, I'm hoping we can start taking a look at that thing this year.